I think it's so funny that you got to see me through so many interesting phases.
We both did.
Mm-hmm. We both did.
It was an interesting 10 months living on 25th Street in Ogden in, 2018?
I think so.
Ugh.
R.I.P.
But I guess it just goes to show, like, it's another chapter in your book. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't forever. This situation's not forever. And it can improve.
Yeah.
It takes work.
Yeah.
It takes work from yourself. It takes work from your support system, which I think that's something to note, too, is that when you have a family member or a friend that has an illness or an injury, you rally.
Mm-hmm.
You go help that person. It doesn't have to be physical for people to help anymore. You got to be able to make sure those people are going to show up for you. Mm-hmm. And if they're not, that's fine. Or like how they're going to show up for you. A big thing when I got out of uni was, oh my God, I hated people asking me, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
I don't even know. So we got to kind of just take this hour by hour. Am I hungry? Could you go get me some food? Could we take a nap? Like, a really beautiful example, and I'm going to just cry through the whole thing. But I had a really hard day recently, and the angel of a boyfriend I have, I kept just trying to push through. I was just like forcing myself to engage and like participate. And he's like, okay, so here's some of the things I know that work for you. It's watching a movie, laying down, being cozy, like maybe some snacks that sound good. But it's like, we gotta just relax and feel it. Because if I woke up sick, I would stay in bed that day, is what he said. And I was like, you're right. And we need to treat people with mental illness like this more, with more compassion. And I've said this a couple times over the last few years. It's like, I shouldn't have to freak out and have a mental episode for you guys to know I'm unwell.
Yeah.
Because that's not the state anyone wants to live in, to get help. Like, me functioning every day, I'm still unwell in a way. So I need people to understand that, like, just because you can't see that I'm sick doesn't mean that I'm not sick.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I'm going to be sick forever. And that's why communicating what you need from people is so important. I think figuring out what you need for yourself is more important so that you can tell those people what you need.
Yeah.
Because somehow he knew what I needed based on conversations we had had. You know what I mean? Or like observation in the past. And so then...
And that's really smart to say, like, hey, like, last time when I was feeling that way, I loved how you gave me those options.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, like, you know, I'm feeling okay today, but, like, if I'm feeling down, like, could you do this, this, and this? Like, giving people in your life a heads up or options is really great and really going to help them.
Because I can see, like, even I'm fairly high functioning,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think. In that moment, I couldn't tell him what I needed.
Yeah. And I never can. Like, it's like almost like I can't speak, I can't talk. Like, I just feel
I'm
like
seeing a fog.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how I get through that fog that is now impacting the way my body is feeling. I want to go
like
take
vomit will happen.
Yeah, I want to go take a bath. I want to like, my body is tense, my joints are achy.
But you couldn't take a bath unless someone actually filled up the tub for you and put it in. Yeah.
Because just laying in bed is so much better. It's so much more minimal.
Yep.
I don't have to dry myself off after. I don't have to change my clothes.
You need to let people know a couple of things that are going to help beforehand. The other thing that is my absolute rip my hair out pet peeve is when you're talking about being unwell with anxiety, unwell with depression, and somebody says, yeah, well, a lot of people are feeling this way. Or, yeah, well, there's so many people like dealing with this, on a daily basis. Yes, but, there's also like a million people dealing with strep throat right now. That doesn't mean
and they're getting care for it.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they're not, being treated for it, being taken care of at home, getting something. Just because like it is a common thing, yes, there are so many people,
and it's increasing,
dealing with mental illness. It's awful. Doesn't mean that it is just supposed to be like ignored and that we're just supposed to suppress and deal with it. Like,
if mass numbers of people were getting like heart murmurs or anything physical, which this is physical, you just can't see it. There would be laws changed. There would be things implemented that help contradict that, because the spreading of these diseases.
I mean, look at COVID.
Yeah.
COVID, we all had to stay home for weeks.
Yeah.
And masks and all of that because
But more and more people are getting anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, and we're saying, get over it. It's disrupting my life that you're so sad.
Yeah.
It's, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting. I just read in a book that said, we ask people so casually, like, how are you doing? And we're just like, fine, good, whatever. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
That we're not taking the time to connect with people in a way that we used to before technology. And especially this much technology, that like we're not even seeing when people are doing poorly.
And no one really wants an answer when they ask. And so you don't even feel like if you weren't doing great, are you going to tell them?
Oh, dude, I'm so sure. Like, I've had to become very confident in myself because I've stopped giving a shit and I do answer people.
That's good. I think that's awesome.
I think since I got out of uni, I have just been like, I'm not going to say good anymore because then I'm lying to myself and I'm not helping myself during the day. So if people ask me and they're checking in, it's an opportunity for me to check in with myself. And so you don't have to put it on the other person or the person checking you out at the grocery store. They'll ask you and you can say, I don't know, having a rough day. I've done that before. And they've been like, me too.
And I always have appreciated that about you because I do feel like you have always been like pretty real with that kind of stuff. And I'm not the best at that.
But it also makes people not want to be around me. And that's okay. But I'm not going to change for that.
It makes me want to be around you more.
Okay.
So I think it makes the right people
want
to be around. I'm the right person.
You are the right people.
It makes the right people want to be around you more. And
I just think I ended up in uni. I know the reason I ended up in uni was because I was pretending.
Yeah.
And
same.
There was even there was a therapist session we had at uni. Did I tell you about this?
Was it family therapy?
No, it was literally group therapy because uni does a lot of, at least the ward I was in, you do a lot of group therapy. And it's great. Yeah, for North. Just a severely depressed. Gosh. And I had been in there about 5 days. I stayed for 7. I'm experienced at this point, okay? We're all a little bit comfy. We all know each other in our group. There's a couple new people, but for the most part, we've all like trauma dumped in group sessions for 5 days now. And more other people for more. And we got this therapist that came in that was like, you are the Titanic. And we all went, that thing sunk. This is a terrible metaphor. So we all start looking at each other. We're like, okay, is she going to catch on? Lady never caught on. So a few of these people who have nothing left to lose were just like, I don't think that you're doing this right. She was trying to say, you need to be the people who were playing the violin and like the music people as the thing was going down. You got to fake it till you make it. And literally the whole time we're there, we're all just like, I am in here because I faked it till I didn't make it. I was telling everyone I was fine when I wasn't. I was telling myself I was fine when I wasn't. I'm at a work, at a job that I hate, and I'm not doing well, but I'm staying all day. You know, it's things like that. Faking it until you make it will burn you out and you will die if you do stuff like that. I hate the phrase fake it till you make it. You need to embody a version of yourself that you'd like to make it, I think.
And endure through tough times, maybe.
But that requires being honest.
Being real.
Yeah. And I was just like, I can't believe this happened. So obviously we reported the situation and whatever, and I don't think she was, hopefully wasn't welcomed back to do that scenario again. But I think it's really important to, when you hear people say fake it till you make it, check in with those people. That's not good.
Yeah, those are the people that are about to, like, crack.
Those are the Robin Williams.
Yeah.
The Chris Farleys. You know what I mean? Like, not to toot my own horn, I've had people say that I'm funny a lot. To me, that's a red flag. A little bit. You know what I mean? Because I just have, like, a dark sense of humor. Because I'm sad. Like, it's things like that. Check in on your people.
Yeah.
Make sure they're not faking it till they make it, because they're exhausted by faking it.
Yeah.